And yes, she knew she could do it all on a notes app on her phone instead, but her brain wasn't wired that way. Nope, she had to do everything the hard way and write that shit down by hand like in the dark ages. She flipped through some of her pages. Calendars, grocery lists, future baby names, even though she didn't plan on having babies. Passwords. Okay, password, singular, since she always used the same one. Cookies are life 123. And then there were some random entries. Life rules. Occasionally, maybe make an effort to look nice. Don't cut your own bangs no matter how sad you are. Never, ever, ever, under any circumstances, fall in love. She also had a bucket list of wishes. Oh, and a secret bucket list of wishes. Yeah, she clearly needed help, or a little pill. New journal? Jenna asked. Maybe. Piper's vices were simple. Basically, she was an office supply hoe, a never-ending source of amusement to Jenna, because Piper was also a bit of a hot mess when it came to organization and neatness. Her purse, her car, her office, and also her kitchen always looked like a disaster had just hit, but her journals, those were pristine. How many journals have you started and either lost or misplaced since I've known you? 1 million? Piper didn't answer this on the grounds that she might incriminate herself. Jenna pulled out the pack of stickers that were tucked into the journal. They were cute little thought bubbles with reminders like doc appointment, empty dishwasher, and caffeinate. I feel like stickers are cheating, Jenna said. Bite your tongue, woman. Stickers are everything. So are pens, and cute paper clips, and sticky notes. Come on. There are far more important things than stickers. Like? Piper asked. Like food. Okay, you've got me there. And sex, Jenna said, and that should go above food, actually. I'm going to take your word on that since it's been a while. Well, whose fault is that? Jenna leaned in, trying to get a peek. What's today's entry? A list for figuring out what's next on fixing up the property. Piper and her siblings had inherited from their grandparents a house and some cottages on Rainbow Lake. It still needs a lot of work. I'm in way over my head. I know. Jenna's smile faded. I hate that you're going to sell and move away from Wildstone. Wildstone, California was Piper's hometown. Sort of. She'd moved here at age 13 with her 2 younger siblings, Gavin and Winnie, to be raised by their grandparents. But in the end, Piper had done all the raising. It had taken forever, but now, finally, her brother and sister were off living their own lives, and hers could finally start. All she had to do was finish fixing up the property. Then she could sell and divide the money into thirds with her siblings. With her portion, she'd finally have the money and freedom to go to school and become a physician's assistant like she'd always wanted. So close. She was so close that she could almost taste it. I planned to come back to Wildstone after school. Because where else would she go? Her only other home had been following her parents all over the world, providing health care wherever they'd been needed the most. But her mom and dad were gone now. Her family was Gavin and Winnie and everyone in this room. But why the University of Colorado? Jenna asked. Why go so far? You could go 30 minutes up the road to San Luis Obispo to Cal Poly. Piper shook her head. She'd been stuck here for 17 years. She needed to go away for a while and figure some things out, like who she was if she wasn't raising her siblings. But that felt hard to explain, so she gave even her BFF the ready-made excuse. UFC is one of the really strong schools for my program, and I think I'll like Colorado. Jenna looked unconvinced, but she was a good enough friend to let it go. Don't worry, Piper said. I'll be back. You'd better. Jenna took another look at Piper's list. I can't even make a shopping list. That's because you don't go food shopping. You order in. Jenna smiled. Oh, right. Outside the bar, they could hear a storm brewing. The news had been talking about it all week. Wild winds pushed against the building, making the lights flicker and the walls creak. But nobody even blinked. Wildstone people were a hardy bunch. Paint samples, Piper remembered suddenly and wrote that down. You know you're a bit of a control freak, right? When you ran your world, everyone in that world tended to depend on you to do it right. That's how it had always been for her. She'd been in charge whether she liked it or not. Piper chewed on the end of her pen. I'm forgetting something. I know it.